And we are live. Hello and welcome, fellow monsters. Today's episode is going to be very short. I'll explain why in just a moment. I just want to see if anybody's going to be joining us here anytime soon. I have a little beverage and some snacks because that's how I do. Don't mind my very messy background, my very messy room. I actually threw a blanket on top of my blankets to cover the mess. Today has been one of those days. Oh, hey, we have a viewer and already a thumbs up. Hello, viewer. Oh, we have another one. Oh, wow. Okay, we're getting people a lot faster this time than usual. Holy cow. Oh, my goodness. Look at this. Look at us. Sorry. I'm opening up a can of Arizona iced tea with lemon. It's not sponsored. I'm not sponsored on here. Let's be real. I'm never, probably ever going to be sponsored. First off, I have a mouth like a sailor, and secondly, let's just be real. Nobody wants to sponsor a paranormal investigator. Let's just be real. So, forever non-spons. Pretty much. But anyway, yes, today's going to be very short today. Thank you those who are already joined. Oh my lord, of course, it's my boyfriend. And who else is watching? Kari? Because I know my mother is currently busy with my children. She is keeping them occupied while I live stream really quick. But yeah, today's been an interesting day. Wendy Carr, I'm excited to hear your show. Oh, well, welcome, Wendy. And thank you for joining us. Yes, I always do live streams. I try to do it every Tuesday because I work at the Haunted Museum here in Las Vegas, Nevada. And yeah, it's a lot of fun. I love working there. Everything is great. But we are closed Tuesdays, which allows me to live stream on Tuesdays. So that's why. And my boyfriend says, we are on standby at work, so I get to treat my eyeballs and ear holes with your live stream. Oh, wow. Oh, exciting, says Wendy. Yes, it is exciting. And I get to talk about like all kinds of fun things that happened at the museum during the previous week and other things as well. I've actually come across a YouTube channel that I've never come across before. Usually I live stream outside too, just real quick. I usually live stream outside, but it is freezing cold here in Las Vegas all of a sudden. It is 44 degrees outside. I'm not going to do that. So we are inside in my very messy bedroom. So I apologize. How fun to work at a haunted museum. Yes, it is a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. Especially for me personally, it's a lot of fun when Zach's not in town. Because Zach Bagans is the main guy for the show Ghost Adventures. It is a paranormal investigating show on the Travel Channel. They go to all different locations around the nation as well as around the world whenever Zach is able to get on a flight, because he has a huge fear of flights. So he doesn't travel outside the country very often, but he does, and he has, and I'm sure he's going to still. But yeah, and so he started the Zach Bagans Haunted Museum, and he has items from all over the world, from so many different decades and genres and everything, of cursed and haunted items, and also just mainly historical items, really. There's a lot of really awesome stuff there. And I am a tour guide over there, so I get to do tours to people and tell them about all these things. And I also get to experience paranormal activity. Yes, there will be dust in this video, by the way. So to any people who are fans of orbs, it's dust. My room is dusty. I live in Las Vegas. It's very dusty in my room. Anyway. If I ever get out that way, I'll look up your museum up, is what you said, and I read it wrong, and I'm sorry. But yes, definitely, when you are ever in Las Vegas, definitely come check out the Haunted Museum. It is absolutely awesome. It is a lot of fun, and I always get to hear about people too, where they Sundays I work the line. I don't do tours on Sundays, and I love doing the lines on Sundays because I get to see everybody that comes to the museum. And I get to talk to them and see about like what they're nervous about, what they're scared about, what they're excited to see, and what their favorite item is going to be to see. And then when they leave, I get to really see what was their favorite item seeing, what made them scared, what happened to them, did they experience anything paranormal? And it's a lot of fun. I love it because my first time doing the line, there was actually quite a lot of people leaving the museum that were leaving with scratches all over their arms and body, and it was really freaking cool. I mean, it's absolutely awful to be scratched by a ghost, absolutely, hands down, because I've never been scratched personally, which kind of sucks. It sounds so weird to say, but I do wish that I could be scratched by a ghost, because I've never been scratched, but I know the sensation because everybody's described it to me. It is always described as a burning sensation, like something is burning hot on their skin. And sure enough, you either lift up their clothes or roll up their sleeves or whatever, and there's scratches. So it's really freaking cool, and it's really awesome, and I get to do this almost every single day of my life, and I love it. Yeah, Wendy says, no, I get it. It sounds cool in a weird way to actually experience paranormal. Yeah, absolutely. I am a paranormal investigator myself as well, and I run my own paranormal group here in Las Vegas as well, and I personally love the paranormal. I've been obsessed for years. I've been doing paranormal investigating for 9 years, and now I actually get to work and get paid to work with paranormal. It's really freaking awesome, and I love it. It's my dream job, really. Well, it's actually like the stepping stones for my dream job, because my dream job really is to just run my own paranormal investigating group, get to train and teach about paranormal, you know, do like maybe seminars and whatnot about discussing paranormal theories and whatnot. And I'm absolutely fascinated by the paranormal, especially the spiritual side of paranormal, because the more physical side of paranormal, where it's like Bigfoot or Sasquatch, well, same thing, or like the Loch Ness Monster or skinwalkers, things like those, I personally am too terrified to investigate those. Physical things terrify me way more than immaterial things. The paranormal, I can totally handle. I got this. Got this. Any day, every day, all the time. Physical creatures, though, especially something as scary as a skinwalker or as giant and massive and terrifying as Bigfoot, like, let's just say for a moment that Bigfoot is real. If I were to go out and investigate that, I would be absolutely terrified of the muscle mass of this creature that could probably crush me with its own bare hands if it so chose to. So it's like, I'm good. I'm good on the physical side of the paranormal. I prefer to stick to the spiritual side of paranormal. That is definitely my forte. And that is what I plan on sticking to. Exactly. No Bigfoot for me, says Wendy. Well, I'm glad we are on the same page, because absolutely. Hell to the no. I would never do that. You can barely handle a 1/4-inch spider, says my boyfriend. And it's true. I hate spiders. If I see one around me, it could be freaking like teeny tiny little baby spider crawling on my hand, and I'll just be like, ah, freaking out like to no end. I hate spiders. I really hate spiders. I hate a spider too, says Wendy. Yes. Death to spiders. Oh God, they creep me out so much. But yeah, so back to the subject. But yes, today I did want to mention some things, because I actually discovered a YouTube channel here on YouTube, obviously. It is an amazing channel. Oh my God, this guy is absolutely brilliant. The channel is called Huff Paranormal, Huff Paranormal. The man is a genius. His name is Steve or Steven. I can't quite recall. I know it's either Steve or Steven, but I believe it's Steve Huff. I'm not quite sure on that though. Don't quote me. So Steve, we'll just say it's Steve for now. He is a brilliant paranormal investigator, where he is developing his own paranormal investigating equipment. One in particular he calls a Wonder Box, and oh, I want to meet this man and shake his hand and pick his brain as much as I possibly could. Not literally, but figuratively, of course. This man's a genius. He has created this Wonder Box that is like a spirit box without static, without radio channels. And you can get these really super crystal clear EVPs. Technically not necessarily an EVP, because it's actually more of a disembodied voice, because it's live. It's not pre-recorded like an audio recorder where you get an EVP, which is an electronic voice phenomenon. That is what is recorded on a device, and then you later hear it later on. But this is live. So I guess in a sense, it's an EVP / disembodied voice. I just came in. Who is this, guys? Asked Kirby. Kirby, welcome back, and thank you for joining this live stream again. Always good to see you back. Huff Paranormal. Huff Paranormal. Steve Huff. He is a brilliant genius in creating this wonder box that's crystal clear in these disembodied voices just coming right through. It's a little echoey. I'm sure he's still refining his technology on it. It's just a prototype that he's been working on and developing, and you can see him always like touching it, moving it, changing some things, maybe adding a wire, taking away a wire. Yes, definitely look him up, Wendy. Definitely. He's brilliant. I want to just shout his name on the top of a mountainside, or like maybe to a town, actually, where people would actually hear me, because he's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely genius. And I am obsessed with his videos. I personally have just one thing that I don't agree with him on. I do know that he is very heavily Christian, definitely more on the Christian side of belief, where he believes that, Jesus is your savior and God is all love and all that. But he also has a more scientific approach to it, where it's not just Christianity, where it is also a mix of, like, he actually has crystals in with his devices and everything, and he's like all about like the science and like total providing devices to prove paranormal existence. And I love this, but I personally just I could use less of the religious side. I'm not atheist or anything. I don't want to say I'm agnostic either, because I definitely am more on the Wiccan side. I just personally don't ever involve my personal beliefs in a paranormal investigation at all, period. I am definitely a person that believes in separating religion from paranormal, because it's kind of like mixing personal life with work. It's just kind of something you don't mix. That's just my personal belief, but to each their own. Everybody is in their own right to do their own thing, to do their own research, and to do their own ways of what works for them. Totally down for that. So, well, there was the woman who was a scientific Jew. Yes, the scientific Jew, Lee Sober Shapiro. I absolutely adore that woman, and I am very saddened that there is no information of her online. This woman was a brilliant woman, another brilliant genius person that was developing equipment for paranormal research. Wow, I'm realizing the strong similarities here. Wow, okay. Lee Sober Shapiro ended up dying a very horrible death. She was possessed by a demon, and her family didn't come to her rescue, and she was later found dead with her paranormal investigating equipment still on, surrounding her body. It was very tragic. There's no information of her online. No, it's okay. I thought about it too. I thought about not mentioning her name, but in all honesty, I understand that the family wants the respect of not any of her information being out online or in the internet or anything. I personally don't care. She was a very brilliant woman, and everybody has the right to know of her name and what she did. She basically was the basis for starting spirit boxes for paranormal investigating. Are there any books about Shapiro? As far as I'm aware of, there's not. She did have an online blog before she passed away, and it was all about her research and what she was currently doing, what equipment she was currently developing. And when she passed away, her family deleted everything, and they even went as so far as going through archive sites and having them remove it. This family is absolutely set on no one knowing about her paranormal research because they're so heavily religious. And that's where I just kind of made my decision to talk about Lee. Or I should say Miss Shapiro, because she was just brilliant, absolutely a genius woman. She set the grounding work for a lot of things. John Doe, hello. Do you know anything about hauntings? I know a lot about hauntings, John Doe. I am a paranormal investigator of 9 years, and I even run my own paranormal investigating group, and I am a tour guide at the Haunted Museum here in Las Vegas. So yes, I know a lot about hauntings. But yes, I am currently talking about Lee Sober Shapiro, who was a very brilliant woman who spent a lot of investments and time into developing a paranormal equipment for paranormal research. She was another brilliant woman. But yeah, a lot of similarities though. She died a very horrific death, and I really hope that that never ends up being a thing for Steve Huff of Huff Paranormal. That man is a very brilliant man. I really respect his work. Excuse me, I have teeth cement that's coming out of my mouth. I had a root canal done today, which is why this tooth looks a little weird, so. How the heck did she get a demon in her? Asks Wendy. John Doe also says, well, to be honest, I didn't believe in anything paranormal until recently. Can I ask you a few questions? Maybe you can help. Absolutely, John Doe. You are welcome to ask any questions. Of course, I am here to help as to the best of my abilities. So when it comes to Wendy's question, it's really hard to say. Okay, so it's something that every paranormal investigator has to accept when it comes to paranormal investigating. Whenever you go onto an investigation, you have to accept that you are basically playing with a in-person Ouija board. It's the best way I can describe it. So basically what it is you are opening that doorway to the other realm. You are definitely a lot more susceptible to attacks, attachments, possessions. All kinds of things can happen to you during a paranormal investigation. And I actually do encourage my investigators. It's something that I've even talked about in meetings when we're planning on doing an investigation for training. I've even discussed with them that when it comes to wearing protective amulets or anything, that I really highly strongly request that no one wears any of those things to allow the paranormal to come through for us to be able to have a paranormal experience. Because with wearing these amulets or whatever, like protective things, like, jeez, if you guys have seen The Mummy, the guy with all the jewels and everything, yeah, that's what I feel like anyway. Okay, so John Doe actually has his question here, so I'm going to go ahead and read it. Well, I moved into a new house and just over a month ago to start with things kept going missing. I'm sorry, John Doe. I was trying to keep the chat going, staying up, but it faded away even though I was tapping on it, which usually never happens. Thank you, Kirby. You're wonderful. Okay, so, well, I moved into a house just over a month ago to start. Things kept going missing, only small things like car keys. I really hate YouTube sometimes. I'm sorry. I'm probably going to get demonetized. Sorry. Kirby, do you mind? Kirby, please. Thank you. Oh, Wendy, thank you. Hi! Only small things like my car keys or glasses, but I live alone, so nobody else is around to move them. That is very interesting. There's a lot of theories on when it comes to stuff like that. Either it's a mischievous spirit that's just playful. There's several things that can happen to where, like, there's a child's death that could have happened in a location, or just somebody who's a playful spirit that passed away in a particular area as well, whether it be in a building or whatnot, whatever have you. And there's so many factors to take in that maybe they're just messing with you. Maybe they're just having their own little fun. There's also a more extreme side of the paranormal when it comes into more lore, where there are fairies and gnomes. And fairies and gnomes are known to take things and move them. So, John Doe says, things have gotten much worse now, though. Okay. Please go into full detail. What kind of worse things are we talking about here? Like things flying across rooms or what? By the way, just to mention again, not sponsored. I'm a paranormal investigator. Nobody's ever going to sponsor me. At least I don't think so. Who knows? It could happen. That would be really cool if I got sponsored by somebody too. Jesus Christ! I can't have a single live stream without helicopters flying over or somebody randomly messaging me on Facebook. Jesus. You know what? I'm going to mute this mofo. Not even somebody that I like anyway. somebody that I just am forced to deal with. So excuse me one moment. If there is anybody in the chat right now, I am not able to see what the chat is. I'm just trying to turn off notifications on this particular chat, so I'm not bothered again for the remainder of this live stream. There we go. All set. All right, so if there was anything that was put in the chat, I did not see it. I am very sorry. We're waiting on John Doe. Ah, thank you, Wendy. Okay, so I see that I did not miss out on anything. Okay, awesome. Thank you, Wendy, very much. I love a very active live stream. This is awesome. You guys are great. Brianna, I'm not going to try to butcher your last name. Hello, I recently discovered your channel. Want you to know that you are awesome. I'm finally glad. Oh, well, thank you, Brianna. You are so sweet. Thank you. Ending the live stream. I'm really glad you're able to join too. Okay, so John Doe says, last week my door opened, sorry, and I felt like somebody was watching me. My bed shook violently. I hate how fast these chats fade. My bed shook violently for around 10 seconds, then just stopped. I missed work the following day because I was so shook up. My house is now not haunted, but I've had a couple of houses that had weird things going on. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so when it comes to the bed, last week my door opened and I felt like somebody was watching me. Okay, so, I would highly recommend getting yourself some white sage. Traditionally, to burn white sage is to go into the four corners of your house and while you are burning the sage, you take it to the four corners of your house and then you sage yourself and all that, and supposedly your house is blessed and cleansed. However, in today's day and age, with houses being shaped many different ways and all different shapes and sizes, I always just tell people, take that sage into every corner of your house and save your front and back doors for last. If you have a side door, save that for last as well. You want to save the doors going to the outside, save those for last. What you're doing is you are putting the cleansing energy throughout your house, ensuring that everything has been saged and cleansed and everything is being pushed out. And the last final push is to save it for the doors, for the last minute. And then once you are done, you can put out the sage or you can let it burn some more, whichever you feel is good. And then take kosher salt. You want kosher salt. And you just put a salt line on the threshold of your doorway. The smell is gone in about a day. Yeah, definitely, Kirby. Yeah, the sage smell is definitely gone in about a day. I have noticed, though, that if it's a little bit more humid, the smell will kind of linger maybe a couple of days, but definitely no more than a week at the very most. I don't even think my sage has even lasted more than 4 days at the max. And that was just because I really saged the hell out of the house because there was a lot of weird things going on. And that's when I had my demon experience. And yeah, anyway. So, but yeah, so definitely sage your entire house, sage yourself, engulf yourself in that smoke, and then take kosher salt and line the threshold of your doorways, all doors. So if you have a front door, back door, side door, garage door, salt line them. You want to keep that line solid as possible as well. The more solid, the better. So you want to make it about at least like a couple of inches thick. I also have a dog, and almost every night for the last few weeks, he wakes up suddenly and whimpers for up to about an hour. This has gotten worse as the time goes on. He's usually a very brave dog. Wow. Definitely do the sage. Definitely do the sage. If that doesn't work, doing the sage is not just a one-time fix. People always think that they sage their house and they're like, okay, good, it's done, it's over with. No, you have to keep up with the sage. Any Eastern methods to try? Eastern methods would definitely be with bells. Sage Sage you can buy, I don't know if you're located here in the US, but we do have, there's Whole Foods or any psychic stores. Here on the West Coast we have Psychic Eyes. Psychic Eyes stores always have white sage. They also have cedar. You can burn cedar as well. There's also Palo Santo wood. It's a blessed holy wood. It smells really good too. It's very minty, very fresh. I love that smell. And that smell does linger and it's very nice. So just regular sage, the same type for cooking. No, not necessarily. There is a difference. There is white sage. The sage for cooking, it's not as dry. White sage for smudging is very dry. It's made to burn, to engulf and smoke and everything. So your best bet is to look, you can't even look on Amazon, I'm sure. I'm sure Amazon has white sage. But yeah, cedar also works great. Palo Santo wood works great too. So you have many, many options, and you can look it up on the internet as well if you can't find anything local. I wouldn't recommend anything like holy water or anything. That's not necessarily anything that I would necessarily worry about just yet. If the sage ends up not working, then let me know. You can message me privately on any of my social media sites. I'm always Yinyangsara on everything. You're welcome to message me if anything does go wrong, if anything doesn't work out. Also, yeah, Eastern methods would definitely be involving bells or singing bowls. Singing bowls are the bowls that comes with some kind of a wand or an instrument where you hit the bowl and you spiral it around and it makes a nice, lovely tune. It's supposed to help purify the energy, it's supposed to help ward away negative energies, negative spirits. Something about the sound of the bell hurts the demon's ears and it irritates them and it makes them go away. I actually, oh, my keys aren't with me. Are my keys in here? No, they're not. I actually have bells that I keep in my purse and on my keychains because of that superstition of bells ward away negative spirits and demons and everything. So yeah, I mean, I always carry bells and all kinds of things. Any kind of other Eastern methods. Thank you for all your help. It has been quiet tonight so far, so I'm going to try and sleep. We'll pick up some white sage tomorrow. We'll subscribe and hopefully give you an update. Thank you so much, John Doe, for your subscribing. And definitely, oh yes, mirrors. Mirrors are another Eastern thing. Yeah, you want to cover mirrors. Spirit houses. Oh, thank you, dear. My boyfriend's giving me all these pointers. Yes, spirit houses. They're little houses that are made just for a spirit to live in. It's really cool. You should look it up on Google. There's a lot of details there that I can't really get into since you're leaving us to go to bed. But definitely look up spirit boxes, well, spirit houses, and look up the lore about mirrors as well. But yes, definitely, John, let me know. Keep me updated. I have a huge mirror in my room. You think that has anything to do with it? There's a huge lore about how mirrors are doorways to the other side. Like it covers the whole wall. That's a really big mirror. That is a huge ass mirror. But definitely, I personally don't think anything with mirrors. I mean, there's always scrying, which is a pagan or Wiccan thing where you scry into a mirror to communicate with the other side. I'm kind of on the whole scrying thing. Was like that when I moved in. Don't really like it. Well, I mean, you know, if you already have gotten a bad vibe off of that mirror, you might want to do something to cover it. The ones we have above our doors as well. Oh, yes. I believe it's called a bagua. Please forgive me if I got that all completely wrong. But yes, Chinese bent mirror things. Put those above your doorway. I have one above my doorway. But yeah, you definitely want one above the doorway to also help ward away spirits. I totally forgot about that too, and that's something I even have. That's something that I actually yelled at my mother because I bought her one years ago and she never hung it up and we lost it, so I had to buy her a new one. And I told her, I was like, you better hang that up above that door. And she did. But yeah, I believe it's called a bagua. I'm not sure. I feel like I have that very wrong. But in any case, Yes, John, thank you so much, and definitely keep me updated. I do want to know the updates on everything, and especially if it gets worse, if it gets better, keep letting me know. Yes, thank you again for all your help. We'll update you when I can. Good night. Good night, John. Thank you again for joining us. Wendy and Kirby, if you guys are still here, of course, you are still free and welcome to ask any questions as well. But yeah, oh God, yeah. Yay, Wendy's still here. I love it when you guys hang out, when you guys chat with me and everything. And really, seriously, I really do look forward to these live streams. It's just, today has been crazy because I chipped my tooth over the weekend. And so I had to wait till Monday to make an appointment for a dentist. And and my boyfriend said, told you I've been studying. You have, dear. You have been studying a lot. I'm really impressed. I really appreciate that. But yeah, so I had to make an appointment, and so I had my dentist appointment today. It was just a consultation, but then like they threw me in the chair right away. They were like, you need a root canal and 2 fillings. And I'm like, I just had 2 root canals done in November. So that was my day. Kirby, I never heard singing bowls would repel the paranormal before. Well, it's not necessarily repelling. It's supposed to enforce positive energy, and with that repels negative energy and negative spirits. So that's the whole thing about singing bowls that I've read up on. But yeah, Huff Paranormal, that guy's a genius. He even he believes that he contacted Robin Williams. And I saw the video and I heard the voice. And I tend to agree to some extent. I mean, there's no way to be absolute 100% sure as to who you are contacting. Even if it's a loved one on the other side, loved one that's passed away. There's no way to know if that's really them. The worst part about the paranormal. Yes. Yes, the worst part about the paranormal, though, is that demons have been known to mimic other voices. In fact, actually, at the Haunted Museum, Peggy has a spirit box in her room. Peggy the doll. It could be the loved one's ex. It could be. It could be. But yeah, it's really interesting whenever I pass by Peggy's room with the spirit box going. I can hear it through the door, and there are times where I hear Zach's voice, and it's like, Zach's not even here. Why? What the hell? And it's interesting. Yeah. Peggy the doll is a very interesting haunted doll. She likes to talk to herself, and she'll talk to herself using Zach's voice. And it's just fascinating. It's almost like she's mocking him. And so it's like, it actually made me think and wonder if demons are able to mimic voices. So you could think that you are contacting a loved one, but really you're talking to a demon. And it could be them tricking you to then invite them into your home to then further cause hell. So it makes sense to me, and it actually adds up, and I'm just like, wow, those demons, wow, they're really freaking smart and talented. God damn, they're scary as hell. That pun was not intended. Talking about demons being scary as hell. I should make that part of my tour. I am full of really bad pun jokes throughout my tours. Brianna, I really hope I get to visit Zach's museum one day. I really hope so too, Brianna, especially if you are in the paranormal and you've been watching my stuff and everything on here. Definitely you would love the Haunted Museum. Yes, that's actually a thing from Ireland. What is a thing from Ireland? Kirby, I feel that there should be some way to prove that a spirit is who they say they are. You know, you would think. That's the hard part, though, because there's so much not known about the other side, which is, again, why I feel that paranormal investigating is so important. It's so important, so necessary, especially with all this fascination surrounding paranormal. It is so important to learn more about it and do what we can to understand the paranormal, so that way we actually know what it is we're doing when it is to contact someone. Oh, mimicry with demons. Oh, I didn't know that that was an Irish thing. Wow. You are really impressing me, dear. My boyfriend has really been doing his research. And I'm starting to feel like I need to catch up. But yeah, no, yeah, it's just really, it's really important to do more investigating, to ask the right questions at the right times with the right spirit, the right intelligent being. And this is why, like, I'm so obsessed with Steve Huff with his Huff Paranormal, that wonder box that he has. Oh my God, I want one. I want to learn how to use it and touch it and do all the little thingy things with it, so that way I can use that. Because there's like so many places, especially here in Vegas, that I know are really freaking haunted. And it's like, man, I just want to take it there and just see what I would get. It's like, I'm sorry. I am like really excited. I've been debating on like contacting this guy and see if like he would actually respond back to me. But I feel like it would be a little stalkerish at this point because I'm like so obsessed with his videos. I think they're called, okay. I didn't want to butcher that saying, so I didn't say it out loud because I don't know how to pronounce that. Chainlings? Was that how it was be pronounced? You should contact him and see if you can get a friendship going, says Wendy. You know, I've thought about that too. I really do want to contact him because, man, this guy is so brilliant. I really just want to pick his brain for days. Because he's so freaking smart. And I even want to do like an interview with him just so that way you guys get to actually like, you know, hear the questions that I have for him and everything. And like, you can pick his brain like along with me and everything. I really think this guy is changelings. Okay, so I was close. I was close. But yeah, this guy is just so freaking. I don't even know how he's developed this box that he's made. It is so beyond like my comprehension of technology, and I always thought I was a little savvy just because my dad was an electrician and also like the head lighting guy for one of the Las Vegas shows here in town on the Strip. And so like I always got to know the ins and outs of how lights and technology and, you know, circuit boards and everything worked. And so I always thought I was pretty savvy. I fixed a lot of my own stuff just by my own hands and stripping wires and reattaching them and making sure there was grounding and all that stuff. So yeah, it's just, this guy really makes me sit there and just stare at his box, and I'm like, how does that even work? Like, really? Like, I'm like, I just want to see it in person. I just want to see it and touch it and just like do all the little thingy things that he does with it. Because he'll sit there and he'll touch it, or he'll hold onto a wire or something, and he'll just sit there and he'll just be like, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. Could you repeat that again? Can you say something to me? And he's like, okay, no, I'm just going to take off this wire. And I'm just like, how do you know to do that? What is in this box? What did you do? Oh, it just makes my brain go crazy. And I'm just like, man, I want one. God, I want one so bad. You can tell my level of excitement with this. Boxology, says Kirby. Yes, seriously, boxology. Oh my God. Ugh. This guy is a genius. And I want you guys to look him up, enjoy on his geniusness with me as well. Excuse me one moment. I have to go shoo away one of my children. Close the door. No, I am in the middle of a live stream. Thank you. All right, they are gone. Shooing away the young children. I just don't want to get like strike on my channel, because so many family YouTube channels have been getting strikes because of their children being in their videos, and I just don't want that to happen to my channel. So that's why I'm like, children, stay away from me while I live stream. And I thought Emmy was obsessed with boxes. My best friend has a thing about boxes, especially sturdy boxes. She's got like a whole collection in her closet, in her house. Like all these like all different sizes of these boxes that are like from really, really small little jewelry boxes to like these really big like shoe boxes. As long as they're sturdy, she will hold on to them and she won't do anything with them, but she'll hold on to them. And I'm just like, God damn, my best friend is crazy, but I absolutely love her. And I'm her maid of honor for her wedding, so yay! Well, I'm one of her maid of honors because there's two of us that are maid of honors because, you know, we're a coven because we're weird. But yeah, I'm definitely going to contact him tonight. I'm making that decision. I'm going to contact Steve Huff tonight. I'm going to send him some kind of email or contact him directly on some kind of social media. You should have seen her at Michael's yesterday. Oh, Jesus Christ. I can only imagine. I can only imagine. She was probably losing her mind with all the sturdy boxes that are at Michael's. But yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and contact Steve Huff tonight. I'm going to make sure that I make that step forward and being like, hey, dude, I've discovered your channel and I am utterly impressed. Just impressed. This guy is brilliant and I want to do what I can to help have the world see him and see the work that he's doing and everything. Yes, he is on YouTube. Huff Paranormal, Huff Paranormal. I just can't say enough. I can't say enough good things about them. You should totally reach out to him. Thank you, Wendy. Yes, I'm gonna do that. I'm set in my mind now. Thanks to you, Wendy. I'm set to contact him tonight. I'm gonna do that. 'Cause yeah, man. If only you guys just look him up as soon as you can. Look him up. Watch his videos. You'll see what I mean. Oh my God, the stuff that came out of that box with like spirits saying certain things like we are basically vampires. That was one of the EVPs that came through and I'm just like, wow. Let us know next video how it went. Yes, definitely. I will update you guys. I am gonna contact him and I will let you guys know. I'll give you guys that update and everything. Oh man, I'm excited now. I'm like way more excited than I already was. I apologize for my fake glasses here. These are totally fake. But I was wearing sunglasses earlier today and I got those schmutz on the side of my nose. Velma. Oh my God, I am a Velma. Oh my God. My hair needs trimming though. It's been growing. I need to trim it. Well, and then I'll really be Velma. Oh God, I just need a mustard yellow turtleneck sweater. That would be a very easy cosplay. But yeah, Jesus Christ. I'm really excited for you guys to see him. But yeah, I did want to keep this live stream really short. I did promise my kids that I was going to help put them to bed tonight, so I got to go do that. But thank you guys so much for watching. Again, Huff Paranormal, awesome videos, awesome guy. He is absolutely brilliant. I really recommend you guys watching his channel. Any further updates from here, I will let you guys know. I'm sure I am planning on doing another live stream later this week. I know I said that last week and that never happened, but I will do it later this week because I am dead set on trying to make more live streams for you guys. Thank you, Wendy. Thank you, Brianna. Thank you, Kirby. Thank you, John Doe. Thank you to my boyfriend as well. And thank you to everybody else who's been watching, who hasn't been active in the comments or anything. I do appreciate you guys as well. And especially anybody who's watching this, especially after the live stream is up. Thank you guys so much for watching. And yes, have a good night. I'm glad you got to catch me live too, Brianna. Thank you so much for joining. You guys are awesome. Love you guys so much. Yin Yang is a balance, and the balance lies within yourself. I will see you guys later this week because we are going to be updating on everything. Yay! Okay, bye guys. Get some sleep. Get the box. Yes, I will get the box. Bye. Mwah.